welcome to Sparring Sessions. My name's Dax, and we're here today to break down UFC Vegas 107 Blanchfield versus Barber, also known as UFC Apex Slop 104 or something like that. Um, Before we get into it, as always, I'm going to bring in my co-hosts, my co-breakdowners, whatever you want to call them. First, the old guard, the veteran, Big Will. How you doing today, Will?
So man, I'm a little under the weather, but I can't blame I can't blame Jesus in chat. So I'm still I gotta
You know what?
live.
I give you permission to do it anyway. And
Well,
then
his fault.
we have a new face here. He's been in our chat in our friend group for I think coming up on six
Quite
years
some
now, but
time, yeah.
new to the program. G, how you doing today?
Welcome, fellas. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Fully. Now, G, you know how it goes with you first timers. I'm gonna ask you to give a little intro to your MMA fandom, how long you've been watching for, how much of a fan you are, that kind of thing. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't been watching my whole life. Kind of got in later. I've been a sports fan my whole life. MMA, honestly, pre-COVID, not a full COVID fan. 2018, 2019, around them. I watched a few cards here and there during like the Connor era. A lot of people probably followed that. It was all over social media, like every site. So, but yeah, no, like 2018, 2019, I've been watching every card, every fight, basically. So, yeah, it's like honestly one of my favorite sports now, and I really like getting into it with predictions and matchups and all that. It's a good sport.
Love it. And you see the shirt there, UFC 268.
Yeah,
Is that is that Jacksonville or is that New York? I forget which one.
that's New York City.
New York City.
First MSG card, 2021.
Was that John Jones? Oh no.
No, that was Colby Usman, 2.
Oh yeah, that
Mm.
was a good
Nami
card.
Yunez, Wei Lee, and then Gaethje Chandler was the opener for the main card, which was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was a
Nice.
great card.
Also, a few I know Poatan debuted,
Yep,
and
yep.
Ian Gary. So that was a
Ian
cool card to go
Gary,
to.
Chris Curtis
Nice.
too. Debut of
Chris
Chris
Curtis, yeah.
Curtis.
That was when he knocked out Phil Hawes. That was a shock to see, honestly. That was the start of Phil Hawes' like downfall, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, poor Phil Hawes. All right. Well, we are breaking down a card today. I'd say a tiny bit worse than that. Not much worse. No, I'm just kidding. It's an Apex
It's
card.
up there.
So let's jump right into the UFC Vegas 107 introduction. Um, I said before, UFC Fight Night, Blanchfield versus Barber, going down the Apex. 6 p.m. Eastern start time, 9 p.m. main card. So I don't love that. Generally, I like, what did we get last week or 2 weeks ago?
4
4 p.m.
p.m. Yeah,
4 p.m. Yeah,
Yes,
the early ones.
7.
4 and 7.
Perfect.
It's cool, but it's weird how they end so early. It's like 9:30, but then you get to go to bed if you want to. So
You get to
you're
go
out
to
up
bed.
till
You get
1
to
o'clock.
watch some other games.
At least on the East Coast, that's like what 1 p.m. for West Coast. That's a
So
nice midday card, honestly.
I don't hate that. We got one of those coming up. 12 fights, 5 out of the 24 fighters ranked. We play a little game here. Gee, obviously the top 2 fights are um, ranked fighters, and then Mateus Gamrot and the co-main. Do you know which other fight off the top of your head features 2 ranked fighters on this card?
Can't be Chiaz and Vieira.
It is
It
number
is.
3 and number
Yep.
5.
They're top 5. Wow.
Yeah, they're both top 5, and
So
they're
they're
on the
I know they're
prelims.
buried on the card, so that's
Yeah,
wow.
that goes to show you the strength of women's bantamweight these
The
days.
scarcity of prospects, I guess.
So yeah, only one fight fell out. We'll talk about it later though. Trevin Giles is in for Jeremiah Wells against Andreas Gustafsson, but pretty much stay together. So, G, on this show, we give the entire card a rating. It could be number, it could be letter grade, however you want to
Yep.
do it. Let's hear your rating.
I think number scale you can do decimals. Be a little bit more specific. Top to bottom. I mean, if we're judging UFC cards, I want to say under 5. If we're judging Apex cards, I'm gonna say still close, like a 5-4.
Sure. Okay. Well,
Kind of top heavy, but if you're looking at the
Before he
prelims, you're
said that,
going
I was going with a 5.8 in my head, 5.8. I
yeah,
think that's the lowest rated card I've given since this channel started.
yeah.
So
mean, I want to treat it like a full like regional card. Obviously, it's UFC caliber fighters.
And
A
if you
lot of
know
people
me,
out of the
if you know me, I'm not a tough critic when it comes to the cards,
yeah.
but this is definitely the lowest score I've given any
Yeah,
card.
I mean, field fighters do want to show out in the Apex more sometimes.
Oh
Having
yeah.
no crowd could be less pressure, and it
sometimes
could, if you're getting like if you're a guy like or Tyra, um,
he loves it.
he's yeah, what it's like 6 main events or 6 fights in the
Yeah,
Apex. He can't get a crowd.
Yeah.
Someone like
yeah,
that, you want to put on a good performance and make them want to have you in front of a crowd.
exactly. We had a pretty good Apex card last time with Burns and Morales. Unfortunately, I don't think this one's getting there. I'm gonna give it like a C minus, which I
Fair.
imagine is somewhere around the same as you guys. Maybe we can convince ourselves otherwise as we jump in. I kind of doubt it, but
I mean, I hope it
let's give it a go.
overperforms when we watch it, you know.
It's
Yeah,
got the potential. I
a
think
lot of
so.
finishes. Hopefully, some good fights.
Yeah.
There's hope there. There's hope there.
Name wise, not too good stylistically. If you look into it, it's not the worst, honestly.
Oh, and we'll kick things off first with one might say the best fight on the card. No, I'm just kidding. We got women's strawweight. Ryan Dos Santos, the minus 275 against Alice TikTok star Ardillion. I think she has like 5 million TikTok followers, something like
Really.
that.
It's just because she shakes her ass. That's why.
Does she?
What are the
I've not.
TikTok fighters?
The main focal point of her presence online is showing off her ass.
Okay. Wow.
So Alien Perez.
I'm the head gooner
Head Gunner, you got
in
some
this chat.
competition. You got some competition. Genie
Yeah.
would like a word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Genie took a day off.
She is on a 2 fight losing streak in the UFC. Um, and she's a bit older. She's 33. Dos Santos is 28 on the other side. So Dos Santos, meanwhile, had a bit of a 2 fight losing streak herself, but she's beaten some girls on the regional scene. And I'd say, well, I was gonna say the talent that she's lost to is better, but Pooja Tamar, I don't know. So this is kind of a 2 fight losing streak showdown in women's strawweights. Two girls who are not great, but surprisingly, Rando Santos is heavily favorite. So G, you're the newbie. We'll let you kick off the show. Who is your prediction? Who is going to win this fight? For
Get the honors. If we're going short and sweet, I'm taking Dos Santos. Because, like Will said, I mean, not that if you do TikTok, you can't be a good fighter, but if a lot of your attention and energy is going towards that and trying to gain your followers, you're not fully in the door for fighting. You're just doing it to make money. Not everybody, not completely, but that's just my opinion. I think Dos Santos, too. Just better. Better record, better all around. Same losses, both to Tumar, but I don't know. It could be a cut situation. I think winner doesn't get cut, loser might get cut. They've both had 2 fights in UFC, so they might get a third or fourth, but I don't know. Could be a short leash for both of these people.
yeah, yeah. Who knows these days? With it is contender series season coming up, so I guess
Yep.
we'll have to see. Will, are you continuing the? Well, I want to say trend. It's only been one pick so far. You with G on the Rando Santos pick?
I think both of these girls are kind of nothing burgers.
Yeah.
They're both 0-2. If you want to do the math, they both lost to two girls that fought recently in Shauna Bannon and Pooja Tomar. Um, And if you want to go MMA math, that would tell you at least Ardeline beats Ryan Dos Santos, I think. I think this fight is like a totally a coin flip. It's gonna go to the decision. It's gonna probably be back and forth. Um, and I think with these odds on a from a betting standpoint, if it's a coin flip and she's such a big odd like underdog, you got to take Ardeline. I think I'm gonna go with her. I think they both do nothing, but I think she'll do more. So I'm gonna go with her.
Interesting. Interesting. I don't hate it. I thought about it. I'm probably just gonna go Dos Santos. She's not. You'd think like something would cause this to be a minus 640 or 340 favorite, but there's nothing. She's not bigger. She's not like she has a little bit better of a resume, but still 2 losses in the UFC.
Against Pooja
And
Tomar, like
Yeah.
Pooja Tomar and Shauna Bannon on the other side for Ardelian.
I mean, if we
Um,
want to look at it too, Ardelian outstruck her last opponent. Again, the whole stats don't tell the whole story, but she did outstrike her significant and for total strikes. No takedowns. She got 2 takedowns against Shauna Bannon. Dos Santos has no takedowns in her career. So if we want to go, who's the better grappler? Could be Ardalian, and she could just grind it out that way. So yeah, it could be a coin flip.
It's possible. It's possible. That being said, I'm just going Ryan Dos Santos, who she is the better win. Uh, better. She has one better win in her career. That's it. That's the only reason I'm picking
Yeah.
her, and that's such a coin flip. I don't think we need to spend any more time on this one. Next up, lightweights. Markel Medeiros plus 160 to Balaji Oki minus 192. This one was a bit of a surprise too. Oki's 1-1 in the UFC. He got gillied last time out against Chris Duncan, and he beat Timmy Kwamba. Medeiros on the other side, 2-0. Two close decisions, one over Landon Quinones, one over Austin Hubbard. That was a Mexico card. I don't know why they had it in Mexico. Oki is going to have a little bit of reach. He's got 3.5 inches of reach on Medeiros. Otherwise, pretty much the same. Close in age, close in height. Will, let's give your prediction for this fight first.
I think Medeiros, if he was any good, he would have really shown out more against Hubbard. Um, I don't think highly of Hubbard, and I don't think any of us do. Um, with that being said, I don't think we really need to talk about this fight as long as we did, or as long as we did the last fight. But yeah, I'm gonna take Oki. Let's just say he nukes Medeiros. Medeiros, I think if he was that good, he would have blown the doors off of Austin Hubbard. Sorry, Ross. But yeah, give me Oki, short and sweet. Give me Oki.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Medeiros or Austin Hubbard got 2 takedowns on Medeiros, and Landon Quinones, a featherweight, got 1 takedown on him. So I think Oki can grapple him. He's the better striker, more powerful in my opinion. Yeah, this is a Oki pretty short and sweet for me. Wouldn't be shocked if Medeiros wins though. G, are you closing out the triple header with Oki?
I'm actually not. I think
Wow.
Medeiros gets it done. Just got to avoid the first round. Like Will said, could be a nuke for Oki. Could be an easy first round KO. But if Medeiros can weather the storm, grind him out, I think he could probably sneak away with the decision. Again, close fight, but I'm just gonna go with Medeiros, short and sweet.
Interesting. Okay. We'll line up on one of these one day. Next up, another set of lightweights. This time, Kurt Halabaugh is your vet. Jordan Leavitt, also surprisingly somebody who has had more UFC fights than I thought. 7 UFC fights. He's 4-3. Most recently, he got choked out by Chase Hooper all the way back in November 2023. So it's been a bit. Halabaugh on the other side, you remember he came back on The Ultimate Fighter, won his season against Austin Hubbard. Most recently, lost to Alexander Hernandez back in March. Halabaugh is going to be a good bit
Robbery,
older. Sorry,
robbery, robbery.
robbery. Sure, sure. I did not care enough about that fight to. Um,
I cared,
yeah,
man. I cared a lot.
I remember you had Halabaugh. You had a Halabaugh bet came on the show too. It was a good line. It was a good line.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Halbaugh's going to be older, 38 years old. Leavitt's still only 29 on the other side. Reach, height, pretty much the same. So this one is me. I'm gonna kick it off. I was a little surprised. I'm gonna pick Kurt Halbaugh here. I think um, he doesn't have the greatest takedown defense, but Leavitt doesn't have the he doesn't have great takedowns. 25% accuracy for him. He just kind of keeps trying. And Halabah is, I say, the much better striker. So I think he can keep it on the feet long enough to win a round or two. And I don't think he's getting subbed. He only has 1 submission loss in his 31 fights, and it was to Shane Burgos, which is nothing crazy, or which is a good fighter, somebody who I rate higher than Jordan Leavitt as a submission artist. So yeah, give me the plus 140 underdog. I was pretty surprised at these lines. G, is he from New? No, he's not. He's
Halabaugh, no.
from
He's from Louisiana.
He's a Southern
I don't
guy.
know why I thought he
Yeah,
was. Are you going with Hollabaugh, or are you going with the Twerk King on the other side?
I actually am. I like Kurt Hollabaugh as a dog. I think he is a dog, and I think he's a good underdog. No pun intended. But I just think, yeah, like you said with Levitt's takedowns, he's not too accurate, not too much bigger than Hollabaugh. Hollabaugh definitely the better fighter on the feet. Like you said, also one submission loss is to Shane Burgos. It's not like he got dominated on the ground. And there's 3 losses before getting cut. Raoni Barcelo, Shane Burgos, and Thiago Moises in 2019. So those are all decent
Very good.
losses. Not that losses are good, but kind of got gypped out of the UFC there. It's cool to see him back. Cool to see him get these wins back and make a career resurgence. But yeah, no, I'm gonna take Kurt Hollabaugh here.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I got a feeling. I think you're a Kurt Hollabaugh guy. So are we? Is this one potential underdog of the
Um,
week play?
I want to preface this by saying Levitt said he's not twerking anymore. He said that's done.
Uh,
He's not twerking anymore. So,
Got kids, man.
Come on.
yeah.
No wonder the
If you
line
know
up.
me, you know I like to pick both of these guys. I like picking Levitt. I like picking Hollabaugh. I just think Hollabaugh takes the worst matchups possible because
Yeah.
Jordan Levitt reminds me of Ben Askren in terms of his style with his grappling. It's extremely unorthodox. It's funky, as they call Ben Askren. It's not normal. It's not what you would drill in the gym. It's not what you would drill on the mats. I think Jordan Levitt's going to win this fight. And trust
Ooh.
me, I like picking Kurt Hollabaugh, but I also like picking Jordan Levitt. I think Levitt's taking some time away, for personal reasons, and I think he's getting better. Um, I believe he's the younger fighter, right? Jordan Levitt by
Yeah,
a good margin.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
Hollabaugh's 38,
Um,
so
Man, I also was thinking about this while you guys were talking. I think there's biases among judges in terms of even though the rules change. I think if you're known as a fighter like Kurt Hollabaugh, where his weakness is grappling, where it doesn't matter what the rules say, judges will connect that with, oh, this guy's lost by getting out grappled in 8 fights in the UFC. If I just see him getting out grappled, that just means he's losing. I'm convinced that's how some judges think.
Okay.
Um, and I think that's what's going to happen here. I think that Hollabaugh could outstrike Levitt in every single round, but there could be a 90 seconds of uh, ground control, and that's just going to win Levitt the fight. So I wouldn't be surprised if Levitt also submitted him. I think he's got really weird stuff on the ground, and I'm surprised in myself taking Levitt. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm taking Levitt in this fight.
That's
also the smaller octagon in the Apex. Can't forget that.
Yeah,
that
dude.
is true. That is true. I am surprised. I guess we haven't really had this show. Jordan Levitt hasn't fought since 2023, and we've had 3 Kurt Hollabaugh fights we've broken down. I want to say
Yeah,
in that
man.
time. So maybe I don't know. Maybe it's something there.
Yeah,
Anyway, we'll get that dog of the week coming up here soon. Well,
yeah,
maybe not soon. We'll get it one of these fights. One of these fights. Maybe not this one though, considering we don't have odds. This is a pretty short notice fight. Trevin Giles is stepping in for Jeremiah Wells against Andreas Gustafsson. From everything I've seen, like Tapology predictions, uh, what the line was before, I think Gustafsson is going to be a minus 150 if I had to guess. That being said, you never really know. This is also at a catch weight of 175. It's not official. It just says catch weight on the UFC site, but some people on Twitter have reported it's 175. So
Could imagine
take
with the
that as you
short
will.
notice too.
Short notice. I think
Yeah,
this was Monday. Yeah, so a week or
yeah,
so.
definitely catch weight.
Um, yeah, Gustafsson is coming in. He's a 34-year-old Dana White Contender Series guy, so he's making his debut. It's not typically something you see, but I really liked him. He's very very exciting.
yeah.
Um, he is 11-2, and he has fought in KSW. He has fought in KSW, so he's got some big show experience.
A few fights in Brave
Giles
as well.
Brave. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. Joten Luderbach. That guy who was a UFC fighter for a day until he failed his drug test.
The
Uh,
juice.
Giles on the other side, 7-7 in the UFC on a 3-fight losing streak. Most recently, you probably remember he had that horrible fight with Mike Malott at UFC Edmonton back in November. Praches before that. Actually, I went back and looked. He opened even money against Praches, so that was
Wow.
Oof.
yeah, that's pretty pretty interesting. Age, pretty much the same. Um, the height, reach. The only difference is the nicknames. Gustafsson, his nickname is Bane, which I'm a big fan of. And the problem for Giles, I don't know, doesn't do it for me. So G, this is you. Are you going with the debuting guy, or the guy in a 3-fight losing streak?
I will have to take the debutant. Giles is a tough guy. No slouch to him. Respect for him for taking, looking like a dangerous guy on short notice. But yeah, no, I think Gustafsson gets it done. If he can get him out of there inside too.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I do like Trevin Giles. Will, you also on Gustafson?
Yeah, I'm on Gustafson. I was a fan of the guy on Contender Series. Trevin Giles, I think moving down, he hurts his chin and he loses every advantage he had at 205 and 185 with his speed and his slickness. Um, yeah, I think Gustafson's going to be there to hit him, and I think Giles is going to be there to be hit. So give me Gus by knockout.
Yeah. Unfortunately, also funny. I was going back. Giles has a win over Ryan Spann at middleweight back in LFA,
Wow.
and Ike Villanueva. Shout out.
Oh,
Brennan
shout
Allen
out.
too. Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know
He's been
that.
around.
Yeah. I'm going Gustafson here. Gustafson, however you want to say it. On the Contender Series, it was DC. You were saying Gustafson or something like that. But
I was gonna say Gustafsson,
Gustafsson.
Gustafsson.
it,
There's a few ways.
definitely not whatever DC said. Yeah, the chin's not there. He can wrestle. Giles too. Giles is younger, but he's just got so many more fights, and he's lost by knockout or submission a few times. So give me the
Giles lost to some
Swede here.
killers, man.
Killers.
TDP, Morales, Bonfim, Prate. Like, damn.
Gerald
Respect.
Mearshart, shout out.
Best one there.
Next up, we're gonna go with top 5 women's bantamweights. Number 3 ranked Ketlin Vieira is -115 versus number 5 Macy Chiasson -105. Pretty interesting fight to be the 5th fight on a Apex card, but what are you gonna do? Vieira is 8-4 in the UFC, most recently coming off that loss to Kayla Harrison last October. Chiasson on the other side, 8-3, bit of a resurgence though. She's finished 2 of her 2 most recent fights. Most recently, that cut stoppage over Mayra Bueno Silva back in June of last year. I would say this is a number 1 contenders fight, but who knows? Who even knows with Eileen Perez and Norma Dumont and I don't know, Kayla Harrison. Who knows if she'll fight again after this? See, pretty much even in age, and Chiasson's a little bigger. She used to be a featherweight, 4 inches of reach, 3 inches of height.
Yep.
So, if she can make weight, she'll have a good edge.
Both have missed weight before.
Both have missed weight. Thank you, G. That is something to watch out for. They've also both lost missing weight. So,
Yeah.
whatever you want to say. Will, which of these top 5 fighters are you picking to win?
What are the odds on this fight?
Pretty much a pick 'em.
See, I see
That's
minus
that's
125
where it
there.
should be. Give me
Yeah.
Macy Chasson just for the fact that I like her finishing upside.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think if anybody gets a finish, it'll be her. In that case, give me her. Um, Chasson, 2/3 of her losses are by finish. I don't really see Vieira finishing her. So make the math make sense. Give me Chasson. In the last couple wins, she's gotten finishes. I think when that opportunity comes up, she takes it. So yeah, give me Macy.
Yeah, I agree. I think Caitlin, you look at her, if you take out the Misha Tate win, because this was like Misha Tate coming back after 4 years or something, she needs to get takedowns to win pretty much. And Chiasson has a 70% takedown defense and also did not get taken down by some pretty good takedown artists. Take out Pennington there, but for the most part, yeah, better striking. I'd say finishing upside and more power too. I don't think that's controversial to say. So, you know what? I'm going to count her as an underdog. She's technically an underdog in some places. So we'll count her. G, where are you going here?
I think we're going to go 3 for 3 on this one.
Wow.
I have to agree with a lot of the stuff that Will said. 4 inches in reach, 4 inches in height. I think it could be one where it's just who's the bigger dog, who has the dog in them, who isn't going to fade. I think that's Chiasen. Vieira, I think, is going to slow down later, second, third round. Chiasen, third round TKO might be live.
Oh,
I don't know. It really depends how the fight plays out, but I think Chiasen wants it more, and that's just going to be the deciding factor.
I would agree. All right, and then jumping up from naturally, you think top five fighters will go to you know, some kind of title eliminator or title fight. Even better, unranked flyweight. Alan Nascimento is a minus 170 against Jafel Filo plus 142. Um, Filo is 2-1 in the UFC. He debuted short notice, if I remember correctly, against Muhammad Mokaev. Actually did pretty well. He almost got that, I want to say it was a heel hook or a knee bar, one of the two.
Knee
And
bar.
knee bar. He put Mokaev out for, I think, 9 months or something after that. Um, and then most recently, he choked out Ode Osborne last March, and then he beat Amir Al-Abazi in a grappling match at ADXC. So pretty good year and a half for Jafel Filo. On the other side, Alan Nascimento, one of those shootbox Diego Lima guys, also 2-1. Also had a close fight against Tagiri Ulanbekov. Also, I believe on short notice back in 2021, though. He has kind of fought sporadically. Last time he fought, he choked out Carlos Hernandez in January 2023, and he has had. If you guys look at his Tapology page, it's like
Looking like Khabib.
it looks. I was going to say Khabib or Alex Perez. Alex Perez is the other guy. Cancel fights with Filo, Ambayev, Sumiderji, Tim Elliott, Gordon, you name it. So that being said, pretty similar in height, age, reach. Both a little older, 33, a little old for flyweight. And Nascimento, or sorry, Filo is your underdog. So I will kick us off first. This was actually pretty surprising for me. These odds, because, Filo's been fighting in the UFC, and he's been looking good. He finished Ode Osborne and Daniel Barres, two guys who are pretty good fighters. And on the other side, Jake Hadley and Carlos Hernandez for Alan Nascimento. Not blowing me out of the water. I think this is going to be a great grappling matchup. Two very good grapplers. So I think ultimately this is kind of like a 50-50 for me as well. So I'm just going to go with the dog here. I'm going to go with Jafel Filo. A little bit better takedown numbers, a little bit worse striking numbers, but I don't know if this is going to stay on the feet. He's lost less. 3 losses versus 6 on the other side for Nascimento. So, fuck it. Just give me the dog here. And 2 years out cannot help. So, G, you were nodding your head in approval. I'm hoping that's because you're going Filo with me as well.
I think you're correct there. I just think, like you said, activity for this one. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty similar skill sets. Both can grapple, both are okay on the feet. But yeah, Filo put in a good fight against Mokaev on short notice. I like his activity. I like him beating Albazi in a grappling match. Doesn't mean the most, but not Mokaev, but yeah, Albazi. Yeah, I think I gotta go dog or pass here. It's flyweights. They're both like 21st and 22nd in the world, so it's just a toss up. Dog or pass for sure.
Will, this might be a little more of attractive of a dog of the week than Macy Chiasson. Let's hear it. Are you going? Ooh, 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 ooh. I love it.
I might be the biggest Jafel Filo fan on the world in the planet. I
Wow,
love
that's
I
a
love
bold
him.
statement.
I love him. He went life or
Huge,
death on the ground with Makayev.
Yeah.
Um,
huge for the brand.
yeah, man, I love Phil Ho. I think he's gonna submit Nascimento.
Ooh,
Maybe in the
wow.
later half of the fight. That guy just goes. He burns hot, and he just goes, and he can go the full 15.
Yeah.
No matter striking, grappling, he is going to push the pace and make something happen for better or worse. And I like those kind of guys. And Nascimento, who knows what's happened to him in the last couple years. Give me Phil Ho all day, man. I like him a lot, and I feel confident about him.
All
Love it.
right. I like it. That is our official dog of the week
Sorry
then.
for the
So
sorry for the clip farming.
I did not want to do Macy Chiasson at minus 105 plus 100. It feels wrong to me.
Could always
Next,
change too.
can always change. Next up, middleweights, Zachary Reese. Yes, that Zachary Reese, minus 285 versus Dusko Todorovic, plus 230. Yes, he is still in the UFC. Todorovic, 3-5. His only wins in the UFC, you ready for this? Daquan Townsend, Maki Pitolo, and Jordan Wright. So some killers here. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Most recently, he got stretchered versus Mansour Abdul Malik back in November. Granted, he's kind of that guy they put him against, new prospects just to get knocked out. So maybe the odds are stacked against him. That being said, he might be just. This might be the same situation because Reese 2-2 in the UFC. Most recently got KO'd versus Asmat Bekaev, who's been looking great. So that's not a bad loss. And then he had that weird slam knockout loss to Cody Brundage back at what was that, Austin, UFC Austin. And yeah, beat Julian Marquez in 20 seconds and then beat Jose Medina. So Reese is going to be taller and longer, 3-inch of height, 3-inch of reach. I was shocked that they're pretty much the same age. I thought Dusko was going to be like 40 or something. But yeah,
No, he's still pretty young.
huge favorite at middleweight. So I can bet you money this isn't going the distance. G, which guy do you have finishing this fight?
Looking at Dusko, like you said, Abdul Malik, bad loss, Leroy Duncan, bad loss. Those are some killers.
Yeah.
Other than that, he beat the Beverly Hills Ninja, so I still believe in it. No, I'm just kidding. Zachary mops him in round 1, probably 30 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird record for him. The Brundage slam was weird. Julian Marquez in 20 seconds doesn't mean anything. Jose Medina didn't finish him. Might mean something because he got finished his last fight, but I still think Reese got it. Like you said, Bekaev is a dog too.
Yeah.
This is just a gimme fight for Zachary.
I agree, Will.
I think these odds should be a lot closer, if you want my
Really?
opinion. I don't think Zach Reese is that durable. I think he's too
Okay.
comfortable off his back. Um, if you watch Todorovic, especially before the UFC, he is nasty with his ground and pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a
If
slouch.
he gets on top of Reese, I think he could do some real damage against Reese. I think
Well,
he's being discredited for like I know he's had some nasty losses, but he went to a decision with RoboCop, which we all hold in high regard.
Yep.
Um, he lost to Mansoor. Dude's built like a freaking Mack truck. Christian Leroy Duncan, he got his leg blown out.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Wright, he went life or death with Jordan Wright. Doesn't look great. He got starched by Chidi. Chidi's not bad at all. He beat Maki. I like Maki Pitolo. He's kind of a bum though.
big Maki guy.
He lost to Gregory Rodriguez by decision. Punahele uh, by knockout when Punahele was really in his first wave. I think he's catching guys at bad times. I really do think he's good, and I think he could win this fight. I would not be surprised whatsoever if Dusko came out and won. And for parity, I think I'm gonna pick him because people forget,
Wow.
man. People forget, man. He knocked out Michelle Pereira back in the day
He
in the
did.
first round. I know this was 7 years ago, but
Mm-hmm.
I still think it matters. It doesn't really matter, but I think if you take away like two of Dusko's losses, I mean, I think these odds would be a lot closer. You don't see people get knocked out with on bottom with their legs like around somebody like that. Like with Boko, you don't really see those kind of knockouts where someone
No.
gets just completely starched on the ground. Um, and I think that slam knockout could have definitely taken some wear and tear off that dude's chin. So
Yeah.
yeah, give me Dusko. I don't feel bad
The
about that at all.
the chin definitely is the worry here. It's by the way, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch that Todorovic Michelle Pereira fight. It's everything you think it is. The chin's definitely the worry here, and I'm not running to take minus 285. But yeah, I'm
Not
going.
at all.
Give me the under. Give me the under 1.5.
It's gonna be like minus 1,000. We'll see. We'll have to see
Todorovic's
come best
Todorovic's
bets.
losses are all finished except for RoboCop. So who knows
Yeah.
how his chin's held up?
I
I
think
don't
he's
know.
just catching guys at bad times, man. Honestly.
Yeah,
We will have to see. All right, jumping up to. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That was the first fight on the main card. So the second fight on the main card.
big main card.
This one's kind of surprised me. The placement too. I thought they would want to push Oban Elliott a little bit more, but he's gonna be fighting at like 8 p.m. in the Apex. Kind of weird. But yeah, Oban Elliott, huge favorite against Ramiz Brahimaj on the other side, New York's own. New York's own, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Bronx. Oban Elliott is 12-2, 3-0 in the UFC. Most recently, knocked out Basil Hafez at UFC 309 in New York. On the other side, Ramiz Brahimaj also got a knockout that night against Mickey Gall, but before that, he had lost to Themba Grimbo. 3-3 in the UFC. If you remember, he was the guy who had his ear like knocked partly off. That was actually
Max Griffin.
Max Griffin back in 2020. That was at my birthday party. We were watching that. Funny enough, and I had a bunch of non-UFC fans have to leave the room after that. So that was
Love
fun.
that.
Oban Elliott's a little bit taller, 5 years younger. He's 27. Reach, weight, pretty much the same. So, geez, I have forgotten. This is you, Will, right? I want to say. Either way, let's just go with Will. Who you taking between these
I'm
guys who have
Yeah, it's a
gotten the knockout at MSG recently?
I'm surprised that they even made this matchup. I think they're in totally different areas. I think Oban's probably gonna smoke Ramirez. Ramirez is not really much to me. Him beating Mickey, I was super confident in Mickey Gall against him, Ramirez, but I was wrong in that. So now I'm doubling down and we definitely going with Oban. I don't think he's gonna beat Oban. He's looked damn good. So yeah, give me Oban. Ramirez is kind of a nothing burger to me. I mean, that was his first knockout win ever. I don't think he's gonna out grapple Oban, outstrike Oban. So yeah, give me Oban maybe by late finish.
You think, in my mind, Ramiz Brahimaj is like a grappler, right? Like
yeah,
he's a
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah. I think so.
horrible takedown accuracy. Oban Elliott has more takedowns per 15 minutes, better takedown accuracy, and better takedown defense. And obviously, miles better on the feet. I think we'd all agree. So, younger. I it feels like they're trying to hype him. I don't know why they're putting it in the Apex though. Like when he just fought at MSG and had a big win there. They could have put this at UFC London, what, 6 weeks ago or something? I don't know. This one's weird to me, but yeah, Owen Elliott, he's going to run through Ramiz Brahimaj. G, is this, are we going to get a little hometown love, or you think Oban's winning too?
If you want hometown love from me, Ramiz Brahimaj is not the guy to get it from. I'm gonna take Oban Elliott. Like you said, Ramiz Brahimaj, just no offense to him, just a bunch of mid. 3-3 in the UFC. Knocking out Mickey Gall doesn't mean really shit. Michael Gilmore, Sasha Platnikov, Oban Elliott, they gave him some feeders, Val Woodburn and Preston Parsons. Then they gave him Hafez and MSG and he put out. So if you can have a nice finish in MSG, put on for a big crowd there in the world's most famous arena, I think you're going to be good. I got Oban Elliott. Yeah, round 2, round 3. Could wear him down, couldn't get him early. I think it will be more of a accumulation than a just quick shot. I actually did think I took Hafez over him last fight because I do like Basil Hafez. But, yeah, no.
Philly's
Ramiz
own, Philly's
Brahimaj is
own.
just, yeah. It's just, yeah.
I didn't think we were gonna name drop Phil Halls and Sasha Palatnikov, who are now fighting in dirty boxing.
Yep.
Shout
Free
out.
free promo, free promo.
Free promo for the
Free
brand.
promo. That is a good place for both of them. Um,
That card is sick. That dirty boxing card coming up is
Yeah.
awesome.
It's great. It's great. Jessica Rose Clark too. I want to say is on that card. Who's the main event? Oh, I was just looking at it.
Oh, I forget it now, but yeah, it's not bad at all. It's a good card for sure.
Jorge Masvidal. No, I'm kidding.
Nah.
I wish. It is. Oh, it's Jarzinho. It's Biggie Boy.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I forgot they even cut him. That he went.
Some guy who's 1-1 in Oh, he lost in slap fighting. Oh my god. All right.
Nice.
Oh
So
Lord,
Anyways,
7,000. Yeah. All right. Next
gotta
up,
watch the tape.
light heavyweights. Dustin Jacoby minus 180 versus Bruno Lopez plus 150. That's kind of surprised me as well here. Dustin Jacoby, he's a vet. This is his second time in the UFC. 8-6-1 overall. He's been in Bellator. Um, he was on the Contender Series. He was in Glory. He lost to Alex Pereira there. Pretty extensive record, and most recently he beat Vitor Petrino by brutal knockout. We were all there for that actually
yep.
in Tampa. Before that, lost two straight to Dominic Reyes and Alonzo Menafield. Lopez on the side, 14-1. One loss was to Brenson. I always forget.
Hibero.
It's not. Is it Hibero? Okay.
Hibero, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not.
That's what I've heard most. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
3-fight winning streak though. Most recently, he was a pretty big underdog. If I remember, he had plus 215 to Magomed Gadzhizulov, and beat him on an Apex card. Lopez is younger. He's 5 years younger at 32. Jacoby will have an inch of height and 2 inches of reach. This one is this one's me. Yeah, I was kind of surprised here. I'm gonna go Bruno Lopez. Jacoby had a great knockout against Vitor Petrino. Probably has the power here. He's probably the better striker, but Bruno Lopez can. I mean, he averages 2.68 strike or takedowns per 15 minutes, and if I remember correctly, yeah, he took down Magomed Gadzhizulov 5 times, which is crazy. And
Wow.
Gadzhizulov, you hear that last name, the Av. I think he's from Bahrain. I want to say. Yeah, Bahrain, but he's training
Yep.
with a good team. Islam Makhachev, Ikram Aliskerov,
He's long too.
Magomedov. So if he's getting taken down 5 times by Bruno Lopez, you're telling me he can't do the same to Dustin Jacoby. So that, and plus I think Dustin Jacoby was losing that fight against Vitor Petrino, or maybe it was 1-1, if whatever you want to call it.
It was close. It wasn't a lot till that third round. They were actually booing for a little bit.
It was pretty boring. So give me the plus 150 dog. That really surprised me, these odds. G, who are you going with here?
Close one. I want to take Jacoby. I like him. He's got that tough grit,
Oh yeah.
ex-Glory guy, great striker. And like he said in his interview after his last knockout, it was boring for like the first 2, you could say, but he was planning that. He wanted to wear him down. He wanted to time him. He wanted to take as much info as he could getting into that third round, and he got it done. But when you bring in the grappling, like you said, the grappling threat of Lopez taking down Gadzhizulov however many times, I think that might be the deciding factor. If he gasses out, it depends, because Jacoby better in the third than in the first. But I don't know. I think the pressure's going to be too much. He's going to hold him down too much. I think split or unanimous for Lopez here.
I agree. Will, you where are you going here?
Give me Dustin Jacoby because I don't think Lopez showed much in his last fight. I think the guy he fought underperformed. He didn't show up. Jacoby, as we said, he's a former Glory kickboxer. I think he could put things put things together well. Um, yeah, give me Jacoby by decision. I think he's gonna pitter patter his way into a decision. I think Lopez might try to recreate what he did his last fight, which if you watch Bruno Lopez's fight, that's not how he fights.
Mm-hmm.
It is not how he fights. So I don't know if lightning will strike twice here. Give me Dustin Jacoby.
Petrino also 0 for 4 on takedowns on Jacoby. Not too much of a grappler like that, but he's not no slouch on the ground either.
Well, the dogs are barking. Maybe that's a good sign for our dog G. And
Oh
well,
God, it's an omen.
maybe I actually think you are. I remember you did pick Dustin Jacoby against Vitor Petrino, so maybe this is one of your guys. All
Maybe.
right, third from the top, welterweights. Billy Ray Goff minus 148 against Si Kyung Kim or Si Kyung Ko. I want to say that's how it's pronounced. Who knows? I'll hear it on Saturday. Ko is a newbie to the UFC. He beat Igor Cavalcanti on the Contender Series. 11-2 total record. Actually lost to Sasha Platnikov on the, where was this? Hong Kong regional scene back in his second fight in 2018. So funny little tidbit there on the other side. Goff, he's been around the UFC 1-1. He got UD'd versus Trey Waters in a fight night last time out. Goff is going to be about 5 years younger at 26. Reach is a little bit, inch and a half for Goff. Height and weight are even. This one is UG. Are you going with this surprised me, big favorite here, or decently big favorite?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Goff here. I haven't seen too much on, I don't know, Sok Hyun Koo.
Yeah.
I've seen Ko.
Because what?
I don't know. I think Billy Ray Goff got it here. I don't know. Everywhere he goes, I feel like he's better. He's got the grit. I feel like Ko's pretty green still, but could be something.
Yeah, don't have a lot of tape for him. It's Asian regional scene. It's probably the hardest one.
So hit or miss.
Yeah.
It's so hit or miss.
You don't
and
know.
You can never get the names changed because they're being translated, and so you could type Ko. It's spelled.
You get a whole different fighter.
Yep.
Yeah. Park on the most recent Road to UFC, he has like 4 different fight names that for Park. Anyway, Will, are you going with the? Let's just call him Ko, or Mr. 3 names, Billy Ray Goff.
I think people are going to look at Golf and say he has a bad gas tank, but I think he was fighting a guy that was 20 feet tall with Trey Waters, and I think he was doing a lot to get on the inside, which he did find success. I think that's what made him get gassed out, was him trying to do things out of carry 30 and inside. Watching Ko, he's like very plotty. He's like Korean Zombie. A lot of the I heard someone say, I think it was Santino DeFranco, if you know him from Fight Ready, I believe it is in Arizona. He's like, all
Mm.
these Korean fighters just want to be Korean Zombie. They want to like stand very still with their head not moving and pot shot and do one at a time. And I think Goff is the opposite of that. He fights like he's on fire. He's built from the same cloth of like Trevor Peek. Like he's just gonna go with massive amounts of volume and throw 250 strikes in a 3-round fight.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to get him the win here. Either late stoppage or decision. Give me Golf pretty confidently.
Yeah, I think just pressure, like you said, just putting it on him, not getting off him, not going to give him space. He's not going to let him
Yeah.
strike from distance. It's just going to be grinding him the whole time.
I agree, and Goff pretty good takedown defense. Ko got 2 takedowns on his Contender Series bout. He had some. He struck a little bit too, but 8.56 strikes land per minute for Goff, which is a crazy number. And
Shot 12 times last fight too.
Yeah, he's had 3 fights. This is not like a one-off. And I really loved the body work against Kinoshita a few years ago. I think he could do that to Ko here, and if he stuffs a few takedowns, either tire him out, KO him late, or just take over down the stretch. So we are all on Goff here. I think that's the first favorite we've lined up on. Oh, except Elban Elliott. Never mind.
Oban, yeah, and I think Gustafson.
Gustafson,
That's
yeah.
kinda, yeah.
Well, I'm not counting it 'cause we don't know the odds. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna line up here. I don't know. This one was weird for me. Very weird. Lightweight co-main event. Number 7 ranked Mateusz Gamrot against unranked Ludovic Klein. Minus 160 for Gamrot, plus 140 coming back for Klein. Gamrot was a former KSW champion. He went 13-0 there. Famously beat Kleber Kolke, and there's somebody else.
Some wars with Norman Park.
Norman Park. Oh, Mansour Barnwi too. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Came over to the UFC. Up and down, 7-3 overall. Pretty good wins though, or losses. He had that
Yep.
weird Guram debut loss. Beneil Dariush and Dan Hooker, not bad losses at all. And he's beaten some great guys. So yeah, on the other side, that being said, Hooker fight most recent loss, split decision, a little bit controversial. I think I scored it for Gamrot, but you could have scored it for Hooker. Pretty, it wasn't a robbery or anything. Um, on the other side, Klein, he's on a 7-fight unbeaten streak, 4-fight winning streak. He had that weird draw with Jai Herbert where they took a few points from him. Most recently, he beat Roosevelt Roberts on short notice, and Thiago Moises, AJ Cunningham, shout out Ross. Win over Ignacio Bahamondes might be his best win, actually, in that winning streak.
Mason Jones.
Mason Jones, yeah, great win, great win. Weird losses too. Michael Trezano and Nate Landwehr are his 2 losses in the UFC. It's like,
Sub by Nate, too.
yeah. So yeah, Gamrot's a little bit older, 4 years older. Klein's still pretty young, despite having, what did I say, 7-2-1, so 10 fights in the UFC. 2 inches of reach for Klein, 3 inch of height for Gamrot though. That was kind of weird. Both these guys have fought at featherweight, but been at lightweight for a little bit now. This is all right. I'm lost here. I think
I think it's Big Willie now.
Ray Goff, right?
Yeah. I started off with Goff. I think we're going Big Willie.
Will, you got the co-main. You going with the what is it? The Pole or the Slovak?
I think that Klein's an attractive underdog, but I think they're trending in opposite directions in terms of their career, but
Mm,
I still think they're still going to be too far apart. So I'm going to go Gamrot here. I think Gamrot will have the style to beat Klein. I think he is just the wash, rinse, and repeat kind of style. I think he's going to get this fight to the floor as fast as possible. And he's been training for the past 5 months, just waiting to get a fight. So I think Gamrot's more than ready. I think the price is attractive. So give me Gamrot. I think Gamrot's gonna push a pace from the door. And for that, yeah, give me Gamrot.
I agree. His takedown accuracy isn't that great, 35%, and Klein has a 91% defense. But you look at some of the guys who are shooting on him.
He's not fighting great wrestlers.
Yeah, I
No.
mean, Thiago Moises is probably the best wrestler, and he went 0-8, so that kind of
Yeah.
pads the stat a little bit. Um, and yeah, nobody's really gotten. I guess Jai Herbert got a takedown on him. The GOAT, AJ
Nate,
Cunningham,
barely.
went 0 for 0. That's surprising. Uh, so yeah, I'm going Gamrot here. You know the deal. Take him down, beat him up. Klein will probably get back up, make it a little bit closer, but there's a reason Gamrot's still number 7. And yeah, pretty easy pick. Even if I don't think I'd bet this on Gamrot, but maybe looking at like a prop or something. But yeah, let's go Gamrot. G, are you gonna close us out with the gamer?
Yeah, I think you guys touched all the bases. I'm going to have to go Gamrot just stylistically,
Yeah,
experience. I mean, he's fought killers too. Stevens, Diego Ferreira, Armand, Dariush, Jalen Turner, Fiziev, Dos Anjos, Dan Hooker.
yeah,
He's fighting them all, and I got to respect that. His losses are better. His wins are better. I like Klein on the feet, but I just think Gamrot's going to take him down and do what he likes to do. Only time Klein's gotten takedowns is on strikers. Like he said, when he's fought a grappler, Thiago Moises 0 for 8. He was 0 for 1. Didn't really want to take him down. He only takes down strikers. He's not going to want to take down Gamrot. He's going to be on his back foot. So, yeah, I got Gamrot.
I agree there. All right, let's jump in the main event here. Women's flyweights. Number 4 women's flyweight. Number 6 pound for pound. That was a little bit surprising to me. Erin Blanchfield minus 245 versus number 5 ranked number 14 pound for pound. Yes, Macy Barber is a pound for pound top 15 fighter, women's fighter. Plus 200. Main event, obviously these 2 women. I don't know. This might be for like an interim down the line or something like that. If Valentina goes up, or maybe if Whaley goes up and they have some weird thing. or maybe it's the winner fights Natalia Silva for a title shot. Who knows these days? UFC is so weird. But yeah, Blanchfield, 13-2, excuse me, in her career, 7-1 in the UFC. Only loss was to Manon Fiorot a few years ago. Most recently beat Rose Namajunas in UFC Edmonton. At UFC Edmonton, was not the best fight. Was a very
Barn burner.
that entire card was just oof. Um, on the other side, Macy Barber, 9-2 in the UFC on a 6-fight winning streak. She beat most recently Caitlin Sermonara, formerly Shukagian, last March. She's been out for a little bit. She had a stomach infection, something with her stomach where
Like
she,
her whole nervous system was messed up for a while.
yeah, it sounded pretty scary. Well, I'm hoping she's good enough to fight. She's in the main event. And she's going 5 rounds, probably. Um, yeah, both these ladies, despite all the UFC experience, still 26 and 27. Barber's going to have 1 inch of height. Blanchfield, however, is going to have 3 inches of reach over Barber. Both of these women. Oh no, excuse me. This is Barber's first main event. She has not gone 5 rounds, even on the regional scene. She was. I don't think she was in a title fight. Yeah, no, she wasn't in a title fight. Blanchfield, this is her second or third 5-rounder because she had that co-main 5-rounder for some reason it was against Rose Namajunas. So this is me. So yeah, this is going to be a Blanchfield victory for me. Probably 5 rounds. I don't think neither of these women get a lot of finishes. So Blanchfield, she's got the takedown. She's more active on the feet. Even if she's not the best striker, she's more than willing and active. And Barber doesn't have the greatest takedown. She's been taken down a few times. She got taken down by Ribas, by Sermonara. Andrea Lee took her down 5 times. So for all of these reasons and the experience, and obviously on the other side you have that weird sickness, I'm going Blanchfield. Gee, I could take a wager at where you're going here, but let's hear it.
I said I didn't want, or I couldn't get hometown support from Ramis Brahimaj. You're going to get it from Aaron Blanchfield. Shout out to 845. I think Aaron Blanchfield, unanimous decision. Not a question.
Who keeps the top team?
Poughkeepsie top team, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the Rose Namajunas win is very impressive.
Yeah.
Lost to Manon Fiorot, but she was fought for the title. I mean, who cares? Tyler Santos, Andrade, Molly McCann, JJ Aldrich, Maverick, like she's done it. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Stylistically, I think she got it. Experience, she got it. Skill wise, I think it might be a title shot for her. It's Macy Barber though. I think she could either have a rematch with Fiorot, maybe, or then a title eliminator for Valentina. But
Okay.
yeah, give me Blanchfield.
I don't dislike it. Now, on the other side, does Aaron Blanchfield's mom have as good of a internet career as Macy Barber's mom? Yeah, ask you that. Will?
What's Macy Barber's mom do?
Uh, let's just say
Yeah, I'm lost too.
she's got a website where she uploads certain things. Am I thinking of the wrong woman here?
I don't
Macy
know.
Barber, right?
I haven't heard that.
Okay, I'll do some research in incognito mode. Will,
Help us
who are
out,
you going
man.
in this main event?
I think both girls they think they're better than they really are. Uh, but I think Blanchfield is closer to what she thinks she is than Macy Barber is. I think Macy Barber's been taken down by worse, and Blanchfield's taken down better. So I like Blanchfield's finishing upside better than Macy Barber's. I think Macy Barber has the meaner striking, but I don't think it'll matter. I think she'll be on her back a bunch. Give me Blanchfield by like 4 or 5 or decision.
Yeah, I would be pretty surprised. Blanchfield only has she has 3 finishes in the UFC, but you can kind of take a look at those and extrapolate that the level there. And on the other side, Barber, same thing. Once she started facing top level competition, except for Amanda Ribas, that was a good finish, but for the most part, not really finishing the top girls. Could be a good fight. Could be an awful fight too. Never know. All right. let's jump into regional minute. I'll go real quick. We this is the non UFC fighting whatever. We got some non MMA this week, so we have UFC Fight Pass Invitational Thursday 6 p.m. on UFC Fight Pass. Fionn Davies is fighting somebody I've never heard of. The debut of Mikey Musumeci in the UFC sphere on Fight Pass. William Tackett, Raquel Canuto, so Mason Fowler, some pretty good grapplers there. We got Brave CF95 Friday at noon. If you want some midday MMA for your workday, usually on YouTube. Nobody really to call out here.
Yeah, Brave's not bad at all. I like Brave.
Brave is good. Niza FC 7 a.m. YouTube if you want some a cup of coffee with your fighting.
Shout out Niza FC, man.
Shout out Knives FC, HCA 187 Friday at noon. You're gonna hear a lot of. There's gonna be a lot of the same with these Russian area promotions. It's free though. HCA is free. That's a very good thing to note. Unified MMA 62 Friday 6 p.m. UFC Fight Pass going down in Toronto. Few good guys on there. No UFC vets, but some guys who could show up on Contender Series this year. Rise 188 Saturday at 7 a.m. over in Japan. If you like some kickboxing, Japanese kickboxing. Cage Warriors 189 Saturday at noon. Not a good Cage Warriors card. They never are when they're in Italy, but they just stack them with mid Italian fighters. But if you want some midday Saturday MMA, it's on Fight Pass. And then we got Pancrase 354 Sunday at Saturday at 11 p.m.
Nobody's paying for Pancrase, man.
Nobody's paying for Pancrase, but if you happen to find a site that is showing it for free, legally, of course, not illegally. We've never watched things illegally. You want some fights after the UFC card? Why not?
I see Fury Pro grappling too in Atlantic City.
Fury Pro grappling. Ooh,
Got Chris Weidman versus Pat Downey.
Oh
I think
God.
that's
Pat Sabatini and Selecki is the main event. I'm looking at Pat Downey and Weidman though. That'll be funny.
that will be funny. By the time this airs, that will actually have happened, I believe.
No, it's
this
tonight.
goes down
Oh yeah.
This airs
Yep.
on Sunday.
Yep.
But yeah, hopefully it was good. That hopefully Chris Weidman doesn't somehow break a leg doing doing jujitsu. So before we let you go, G and Will, real quick, UFC 316 look ahead. Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. I got two questions for both of you. We'll start with you, G. We like to do favorite fight on the card, and this card isn't super far from either of you. Are we going to get a G or Will appearance at what's the Prudential Center?
The Prude, yeah, I think it is at the Prude Center.
If I go, it'll be very last minute. It's
Yeah,
possible. It's 50-50 for me. I might go.
thought about it. Came up quick.
They come up quick. Probably with those two headliners, this card might not be the.
It's gonna be tough to pay 350 for this card.
Yeah.
You
Um,
might get some cheaper week of.
that's what I'm
So
thinking if we go.
TBD on attendance. G. I don't know if you got it up, but let's hear your favorite fight from UFC 316.
Honestly, there's a few ones. I'm excited for the debut of Apache Mix, Kayla Harrison and Pena. I mean, I just want Kayla Harrison to get a belt. I think my favorite might be Luke and Holland. Luke is on the way out, I think, but still, stylistically, it's still going to be good.
Yep, should be good.
Another one in the early prelims, Quillen. I'm not going to attempt his last name versus Yanel Ashmouz. I think Quillen probably going to sleep him. Hopefully, it's a longer beatdown, but if it's quick, I'll be happy to.
Fair enough.
Why?
All right,
Why is that?
Australia.
I like the Aussie, man.
You're not a fan of Yanal Ashmus?
I just like the Aussie, man.
Oh, okay.
The only Israeli Muslim fighter in the UFC.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's a
Danny's dream
combination.
nightmare.
it's gonna
Dream
be
nightmare matchup.
the two buttons. Can't figure out whether to
He's
be
fighting
Yeah,
himself, it
yeah.
sounds like.
He's like,
anti-Israeli or for the Muslim.
oh man.
All right, Will, favorite fight from that
Man,
card?
there's a couple, man. I think Bruno Silva, Joshua Van's gonna be really fun. I
It's gonna be
think
really good.
Ariane Lipsky versus Kong Wang's gonna be freaking weird.
Yeah,
I can't pick, man. Euros Medic and Chaos Williams is gonna be sick.
Ooh, that's a good one, too.
Um, I was gonna say Luke A and Holland, but you said it for me. I think Joe Pyfer, man. I think Joe Pyfer can be the first guy to knock out Kelvin Gastelum, and if he doesn't do
Knockout.
that, I think he could submit him. So, give me Joe Pyfer and Gastelum is my official favorite fight on the card.
Now that it's not going down in Mexico and he's not getting poisoned, maybe not.
Don't need the ice. Don't need the ice down there.
It was funny. I heard actually from like there was or heard. I saw it on Twitter. Essentially, Joe Pyfer was staying in like a. Um, they offered to put him up in like a nice hotel in like a good part of town and to have like UFC chefs, but he declined that and did his own thing for some reason. And I would think maybe that's why he got food poisoning. Is like he didn't have UFC chefs.
I just
I don't
think
want to speculate.
the way to go about it too. Like, I don't know.
You know.
Don't be arrogant.
Exactly. My favorite fight was going to be Asmat Mirzakhanov versus Johnny Walker. That's off now for some reason. I'll go. You said it, G. I'm going the Patchy Mix debut. I think he is one of the top 5 bantamweights in the world. Maybe he gets a title shot off beating Mario Bautista if he can do it
Maybe.
impressively.
I know a lot of people want to see him put away Bautista.
People hate
A lot
Bautista.
of people.
Jose Aldo win. So yeah, and I mean, we're all forgetting the Sergey Spivak and Waldo Cortez Acosta fight. I mean,
Former minor league pitcher, by the way.
I think we'll
really?
all
He's in the
forget it.
minors?
I think we'll forget it afterwards still. So,
Nah, Polar Bear got that.
I knew he was a baseball guy. But I didn't know he
I
had a
mean, he throws his overhand like he's throwing a
They
four-seamer.
they
So,
said it like I don't know how many times his first fight or first 2 fight. They just kept saying that, so it's a joke
wow.
now.
See, I fell asleep watching it, so there you go.
I think that was like
All
4 years
right.
ago.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
card. That's UFC 316 look ahead. That'll do it. Gee, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You're a newbie to the podcast, but you're as hardcore as anybody. So, MMA knowledge is there. Will, thanks as always. Great to see your sexy face. Oh, can you go ahead and stand up for me real quick?
no, no way. No shot.
And thank you for watching, for listening. If you got to, what are we at? An hour 8 with us at this UFC Apex card. God bless you. You're a true hardcore like the rest of us, and hope you like what you learned.
Dedication.
We'll see you later.
Peace.